Londoners have been warned to stay off the streets as police placed the area around Westminster on lockdown following an attack on pedestrians and a police officer. Westminster Tube station has been closed following the attack, as police continue to assess the damage after a shock attack on the grounds of Westminster Palace this afternoon. A huge area around the palace has now been closed off, including Westminster Bridge, where up to a dozen pedestrians were injured as a 4x4 mounted the pavement and mowed them down. Police are asking people to avoid Parliament Square, Whitehall, Westminster Bridge, Lambeth Bridge, Victoria Street up to the junction with Broadway and the Victoria Embankment up to Embankment Tube. Some pedestrians were said to have suffered catastrophic injuries on the bridge before the car drove into the gates of the Palace of Westminster, where Theresa May had been answering Prime Minister's questions. The suspect, said to be an Asian man in his 40s, then got out of the car and attacked a police officer with a knife, before being shot himself by another member of the force moments later. Standing in for Head Craig Mackley, who is being treated as a significant witness, Acting Commander B.J. Harrington confirmed that there were a number of casualties but would not confirm how many. He urged people in London to stay away from the area, usually populated by thousands of tourists visiting some of Britain's most iconic architecture, as police continue to investigate. Commander Harrington also said they were not yet sure of the motive, but Scotland Yard said that the attack, a year after the Brussels bombing, was being treated as terrorist until we know otherwise. The commander told reporters, "I can confirm we are treating this as a terrorist incident, although we remain open-minded as to the motives for the incident. A full investigation is underway." The acting commissioner was a significant witness in the incident as he was there at the scene and it would not be appropriate for him to discuss it at this stage. Scotland Yard counter-terror chief Mark Rowley said earlier this month that police are concerned about everything from fairly simple attacks with knives or using vehicles all the way through to the more complex firearms attacks. Security services and police will be starting to piece together the possible motivations behind the attack on Wednesday, but the location, the heart of British democracy, will be seen as highly significant. It comes days after the Metropolitan Police staged a mock pleasure boat attack on the Thames to test the emergency response to such an emergency.